Good morning students. So today we are going to start our next video lecture on topic how is heat transferred. The chapter that is going on is chapter number 4, heat. So the topic is how is heat transferred. Now we came to know about the fact the heat always transfer from a body at a higher temperature to a body at a lower temperature. So heat transfer like that. There are some methods of heat transfer. Some names are conduction method is there, convection method is there, and radiation method is there. Today we will be discussing conduction method and convection method of heat transfer. So mainly this conduction method, it mainly take place this is the method of heat transfer, and it is mainly observed in solids. You can observe like that. Take a spoon, place it in hot water, hold the spoon from other end. After some time you will see the end from where you are holding the spoon, it will also get heated. The heat has transferred from this end to this end by the method of conduction. So this is the way of heat transfer in solids. So what is the internal structure is there? We know in solids atoms are closely packed and they do not have much ability to move freely. So they only vibrate about their mean positions. So when this end, suppose this is a solid and this end of solid is being heated. So these atom number 1 will absorb the heat energy and start vibrating, and it will collide with the atom number 2. When it will collide with the atom number 2, it will transfer its heat energy to the atom number 2. And same way this atom number 2 will transfer its heat energy to the atom number 3 during its collision. This process goes on till the last atom gets heated up. So the heat has transferred from that end which is at a higher temperature to that end which is at lower temperature. So this thing is happening in solids. So what is there? Suppose a spoon is there, okay, and this end of spoon is being heated up. The heat will reach to this end also, but you will feel only the heat if you touch this end of the spoon. So these solid like, and this end how it has heated when it is in contact with the hot water. So solid object should be in contact with the hot object. This must be there. So there are some solids which allow heat to pass through them very easily, and there are some solids which do not allow heat to pass through them, and which allow some amount of heat to pass through them. There are 3 types of solids. So all the metals like gold, silver, copper, they allow heat to pass through them very easily. So they are the conductors of heat. So these solids, they are known as conductors of heat. And some solids are there which allow only small amount of heat to pass through them, or which allow heat to pass through them slowly, and they are known as the poor conductor of they are known as the good conductor of heat. And the other solids which allow heat to pass through them slowly, they are known as poor conductor of heat. Like glass is a solid, but it is a poor conductor of heat. And there are some solids like plastic which do not allow heat to pass through them, and these are known as the insulators. So you must remember the 3 types of solids which allows heat or they doesn't allow the heat. And there is a activity number 4.6 on your book. You just see the diagram. There is a holding stand. And you must paste the pins with the help of wax. Now start heating the holding rod from one end. By the method of conduction, this heat will start transferring to this end. And as the heat transfer to this end, these pins will start falling in the sequence order. This will prove heat is being carried forward to the other end by the method of conduction. So you can give like this: a holding stand should be there, and you should paste some of the pins with the help of wax and heat this end. The heat transferred to the other end by the method of conduction. So the heat is covering small distance to reach the other end. And when the heat will reach here, this pin will fall into the ground. And when the heat reach here, this pin will fall to the ground. This proves heat is transferring from an end that is higher temperature to an end that is at lower temperature. So this is activity 4.6. So next topic according to your book is conduction in our daily life, where we are observing the conduction in our life. You know, the utensils, cooking utensils, they are made of aluminium, copper. Because aluminium and copper, they are the good conductor of heat. So with the help of conduction method, the heat transfer from one end to the other end of this utensil, and it is easy to cook the food in this kind of utensils, and they are not too costly. But if we use the utensils that are made of gold or silver, they are also the good conductor of heat, but they are very costly, and a simple man cannot afford these kind of utensils. So we are observing the utensils are made of aluminium, copper, because they allow heat to transfer through them by the method of conduction, and with this only the cooking of food is possible in these kind of utensils. And this is the first practical real life example where we are observing the conduction, and by observing this principle, the company has designed this utensil. Second thing, the handle of these utensils, they are made of plastic. Why they are made of plastic? Because the heat will transfer to this end, and if our hand is touching this end, then it may cause injury or a burn at our hand. But if a plastic handle is there, we know plastic is a insulator of heat. It does not allow heat to pass through them. And when we hold this utensil from plastic handle, we are not going to get any kind of burn or injury. So plastic handles are used at the ends of utensils in order to avoid burns. Third concept, people in winter, people mainly wear woolen clothes. And these woolen clothes, they have small holes in between them, and air gets trapped in these holes. We know air is an insulator of heat. So the body heat that is generated here, it does not finding any path to travel to the outer environment. So all the body heat will get captured inside the woolen cloth. So our body will get warm. This is the main advantage of wearing wool clothes in winter. So how you will write? So the woolen cloth that you are wearing in winter, it has small holes in which air gets trapped. This air does not allow body heat to escape to the outer environment. So we will feel warm when we wear these type of clothes in winter. Fourth concept is, suppose a ice slab is there. ice slab. We always cover ice slab with a jute bag. Jute is a insulator. Jute itself is a insulator of heat, and at the same time this jute cloth has holes in which air gets trapped, and this air does not allow outside heat to make a contact with this ice slab. So ice slab will not melt, it will go for a long time. That's why ice slab is covered with this jute bag. You have seen in marriages also, in your home also, they are covering with jute bag. So what we have studied today, we have studied with the conduction method of heat transfer that is mainly observed in solids. The one end of solid is, if we heat the one end of solid, the other end is going to get heated up. There are some solids which are best conductor of heat. There are some solids which are poor conductor of heat, and some are insulators also, like plastic. And we have even observed an activity how we will demonstrate the method of heat flow in solids and how conduction is observed in our daily life. Utensils are made of aluminium, handles are made of plastic, we wear woolen clothes in winter, and we always cover the ice slab with the help of jute bag. Thank you. Have a nice day.